Hi everyone, I'm Tanaz from foreverconscious.com and this is your weekly energy forecast for the week of June 12th. So the big cosmic event of the week will be that super full moon on June 14th. It falls in the sign of Sagittarius. A super full moon is nice and close to Earth. It looks bigger and brighter in the sky, and we tend to feel its energetic effects more strongly. Full moons draw things out of us. The energy shifts this way. So that's why full moons are always a good time to release, to let go, to detoxify, to cleanse. Full moons tend to bring stuff up to the surface. They illuminate things so we can then assess what needs to be done. And usually on a full moon, whatever comes up to the surface has come up for release, for clearing, for completion, for some sort of closure. So under a super full moon, we just tend to feel that a little bit more strongly. This full moon falling in the sign of Sagittarius and the other cosmic alignments that are happening around it leads me to feel that it is going to be a very illuminating time for us. If there has been some illusion, deceits, lies, anything that's felt foggy or confusing or just hasn't felt quite right, you might get some answers under this full moon. That full moon might shine a light, helping you to see clearly. It's always a good idea to do this, but particularly under this full moon, if something does not feel right, if you're getting that little, something just doesn't feel right, listen to it, follow it, try to pause if you can and work your way through it. We are often far more intuitive than we believe ourselves to be. So trust your intuition under this full moon, especially. Always trust your intuition. But under this full moon, you just want to give it a little bit more attention because of some of the cosmic alignments happening around the full moon. If there is something foggy or confusing that comes up, just again, if you can, pause, sit still, go within and see if you can find some clarity. This full moon should illuminate and bring the answers that you are looking for. Sometimes you just have to surrender and release control. And that is another theme of this full moon, is really surrendering, releasing control, shaking off a lot of the transformative energies that we have been working with and allowing them to just work their magic. The last few months, since the end of April, we have been working through that eclipse portal, and eclipses always bring transformative energy, changing energy. Maybe you felt that. I'm sure you've probably felt that in a different varying degrees throughout the last couple of months. This full moon is helping us to shake off the last bits of that, to shake off that transformative energy. It's done. It's infused into our being. Now it just needs to run its course, and we're kind of shaking it off, kind of like a snake shedding its skin. Where, in that process where the skin is pretty much shed, there's no going back. We're not going to put that old skin back on. It's gone. We just have to let it do its work, trust in the process and emerge in the new. And that's what this full moon will be helping us to do. It'll be helping us to shake off that final skin. And also under this full moon, as we're kind of being guided to do all that, there is a lovely, supportive, fun energy around it. Really use this full moon to go, you know what, I've been through all these changes, I've been through this transformation. It's now time to have fun, rest, relax. Any new things that have come into your life, look at it through the eyes of, this is an adventure. This is a new adventure, a new chapter that I get to walk down. Maybe depending on what's happened, that might be really difficult to get there. You might not be there quite yet. But how can you start to see this new chapter that's unfolded for you, this new energy, where you are now? How can you see it as an adventure, as an experience that's there to help you grow, to help you make the most out of your time on this planet? Under this full moon, if nothing else, I encourage you to seek joy, to just, lighten your load and remember to have fun. Life doesn't have to be so serious all the time. Enjoy, be lighthearted, find that lighthearted, playful childlike spirit that lives inside of you. Make it a point to do something to help bring that out, whatever that might be. That might be something that you need to journal on to figure out, but make it a point under this full moon because there is that beautiful energy and we might as well use it, right? So that is the full moon, and that is going to dominate the cosmic airways for pretty much the entire week. Again, it's a super full moon, and it's actually one of 3 super full moons. For the next 2 months, we will have super moons. So we're really being set up sort of this theme. The universe is setting us up on this theme of release. Stuff is drawn out. We're detoxified. Things have come up to the surface. So there's going to be a lot of that moving through the next couple of months, as we have this lineup of super full moons. This is a Sagittarius full moon. It's fiery, light, playful. The next super full moon will be a little more grounding because it's in Capricorn. So each super moon will have its own little flavor, but essentially we're sort of being set up on this universal theme of release, letting go, allowing things to rise up, and just, being in the flow of that. The other thing I quickly want to touch on, this happens on June 13th, so a day before the full moon, and actually it is an energy, it's a galactic energy. So if you've heard me talk about these galactic energies before, they are very subtle. We usually have to set some intention to connect with them. The full moon, we tend to feel that anyway, but this energy is something that if you want to connect with, you sort of have to set the intention to tune in, to channel in, to feel it, because it's sort of a galactic energy, as I like to call it. But it is the sun aligning with the star Mintaka. So this peaks on the 13th, but there's a little range of time there, probably from the 12th to the 14th, that we'll be feeling it. Mintaka is part of Orion's belt, and Orion's belt is a very special, sacred spot in the sky. A lot of ancient monuments, including the Egyptian pyramids and some other monuments around the world, are believed to align specifically with these stars of Orion's belt. This energy is and Mintaka, before I talk about the energy, Mintaka is also believed to be home to star seeds. There are people out there that resonate, that feel like their star home, their original essence arose from Mintaka. Mintaka was believed to be this underwater world full of mer people, and their planet was destroyed. Or inhabitable, and then they moved to planet Earth. If you resonate with that, you might want to check out my article that I wrote about the sun and Mintaka, because this would be a power time to connect to your star seed essence. But in an astrology kind of perspective, Mintaka rules our intellect. It helps us to expand our mind, our higher chakras. It can help fuel our imagination and empower us to think bigger, to think broader, to expand our mind. So if you have something this week that requires a lot of brain power, if there's something that you need to tackle that's taking up a lot of your mental energy, this energy from the sun aligning with Mintaka will help you. Set an intention to connect with it. I actually have an article which I think includes some exercises that you can do. I'll drop a link below for it, but you can find it at foreverconscious.com. The exercises are all about using your mind to connect to your imagination, which can then fuel your intuition. So if you're interested in those exercises, again, check out that article, Mintaka and the Sun. I'll drop it in the description box below. So that energy is also there if you wish to connect with it. It's a power time for our mind, for our imagination, for our creativity, our intuition, and our intellect, using that mental energy. If you are somebody that is prone to overthinking, to getting stuck up in your mind, and you're sensitive to cosmic energies, that's something you might want to be a little more mindful of this week. Really allowing your mind to come to a still place, especially if you feel those thoughts whirring around. Mintaka, because it has that connection with water, it's also a power time. You can use water as a healing tool to relax, to cleanse, to release, whether that's spending time by the ocean or you're just having a bath, or just charging up a glass of drinking water, holding it in both hands, charging it with an intention, or even your cup of tea or coffee if you're drinking while you're watching this video. Set an intention into it and then take a sip, allowing that intuition to infuse into your being. All right, I think I've spoken enough. I hope you all have a great, great week. Enjoy the full moon energies. Seek that fun, seek that enjoyment. Get excited about life. I think I said that last week, but it's a good theme. It's a good theme for the coming weeks, this week, and even next week. All right, thanks, guys. You take care. Bye.